There's a new MrBeast video. He takes two X's and he changes them together for 30 days. I was flabbergasted, you might say, by the advertising in it. Hey everybody, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jimmy.
And welcome to the channel. I don't know where we are. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I watch a lot of YouTube stuff. When I'm watching these things, I skip the advertisements, right? Like, so in some of the content creators will be like, oh, hey, have you played Shadow Raid Legends? And then they like jump into some long advertisement about it.
Quick word from our sponsor, Grippos is actually brought to you by Grippos today.
Thanks, Grippos. I want to show like a clip of how MrBeast is maybe innovating in this space of advertisement and how he's getting people to stay on board. So
let's see it.
Let's get to the clip.
And to sweeten the deal, I gave them one more surprise.
Susie, Josh, Chandler, we got a fridge full of our brand new Feastables.
Oh, let's go!
Sorry guys, this is our first time revealing our chocolate milk.
Cheers!
Cheers.
That's good.
It's also made with real whole milk and loaded with vitamins A, D, and potassium.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
It tastes amazing. Go find Feastables chocolate milk at Walmart, 7-Eleven, and Speedway locations nationwide.
This is the best part of the whole challenge.
MrBeast collab with us. All right, so
Really?
Okay, so I watched that and I've never seen anybody so excited about chocolate milk. So I don't know, like, if they coached them ahead of time. It was like, no way! Oh man, I get to drink milk. Like, I mean, come on.
It's not just milk, Chris. It's MrBeast milk.
No way! And then she's like, whoa! I mean, okay, way over the top.
Yeah.
But you're watching these two people that are chained together, and now they get this bonus of they get the brand new Feastables chocolate milk with, well, the protein. They don't talk about that till later, but so vitamin A and D and potassium. We're like, oh, I don't have to eat bananas anymore. And so when you see that, what goes through your mind? You're like, you want to buy it?
So yes, I went ahead and ordered 3 cases while we were sitting here because this is something that I can get behind. I'm a big chocolate milk fan.
Are you?
I mean, I like it. So
Now Chug, if they brought Chug back, that's the best chocolate milk.
It's before my time. No, so I probably have a slightly different vantage point because I've been in the YouTube world, and I think MrBeast does this very well.
Yeah.
And then we can talk about it a little bit later, but Ryan Trahan does advertising in a very different way. But yeah, because it's very different than your typical ad read, where this is very much a part of the content where if you skip it, you feel like you're missing something.
Right, because I want to watch. Well, and I like now I'm falling in love with these characters. Like you have like a connection with the characters, and so when they're interacting, you're like, oh, okay, I want to watch this. Because if MrBeast just jumped in and it's like, oh, hey, I'm MrBeast, and you should drink my new milk. I'm like, skip. But yeah, but it's the people that you're like watching and you're invested in, and you're like, oh, well, what do they think of this product? Well, no way. You're like, oh man, it's gonna be great.
Well, yeah, and I think you also have to remember that MrBeast gets like 100 million views per video or more, and a lot of the people that are watching him, his kind of core fan base, are like 8-year-old boys. So, 8-year-old boy, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I think that because of that, the part of the magic here of why people, go out and buy this stuff is because you come along with MrBeast videos and he's got the boys, the guys that are always in the videos, and you feel like you're hanging out with them and it's very goofy and very fun, and you see them, and part of the content is the ad read and Feastables and the chocolate milk is just part of the MrBeast Cinematic Universe.
Oh.
And because you're hanging out with your friends,
The MCU,
the MrBeast Cinematic Universe, because your friends are having this, then it makes you want to, especially if you're an impressionable 8-year-old.
Yeah. So okay, so I watched this and I think, okay, is this just he wants me to buy a product? Like, is the whole reason for all of his videos to make more money? And I know that it is in a large sense because he wants to make more videos. He likes making content for people. But when I see advertisements, I'm becoming more jaded. The older I get, the more jaded I become at the world. But no, it's that thing of, I feel like when I watch this, I'm like, okay, he just wants me to buy this product. And so he makes this whole video to kind of throw in his new products, right? And so you're like, okay, am I just a dollar sign? Like, am I just a means to an end for people? And not just him. Like every advertiser wants you to engage and watch their product, like watch their whole ad. So they make ads that you want to watch. And so have you ever seen an ad where after it's done, you're like, I have no idea what that ad was about.
Oh yeah. Like all the Super Bowl commercials, it's like this dog or the girl goes to college and you see her grow up, and it's like a commercial for a real estate agency or something.
Or gum, yeah.
Gum, yeah.
Oh, the gum one's really good. But yeah, and so I know that that's an advertiser's job, right? So a company wants you to buy their product because they think they make a good product and they want you to have it. But they also want to make money. So there's this weird dynamic of, do I sell myself to get more money, or do I create a good product that just people will talk about and have word of mouth and that? But it's kind of both and, right? And so I think when a company becomes greedy, it becomes obvious because their product becomes cheaper. I mean, a lot of fast food places these days. I watched the report of the week, and it's this guy that reviews food. But you look at the fast food industry right now, and it is very cheap food, and it's kind of expensive now. And he said, you can buy a better burger at a sit-down restaurant for cheaper than this, and it's going to be a lot better quality. And so you look at some of the things that, like, oh, they're advertising these things, they look great, but when you get there, the product's not so good, and you're like, they just want my money. Like, they don't see their product as something good anymore. They just want money from the consumer. And so how do you keep that from happening?
Well, now, do you know the kind of the inner workings of Feastables and how the chocolate's made and everything like that?
No idea.
Well, because
Oompa Loompas, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, MrBeast actually made a video recently breaking down going to the factories and showing how it was made. And he said when he entered the chocolate market, typically what would happen is there was a lot of people that are using extremely cheap labor and using like child labor to get these cacao plants and all this stuff. And he wanted to be different than that. He wanted to source it ethically. He wants to do all this stuff where he wants to bring a good product to the consumer, but wants to do it in a way that's very ethical as well. So, because I think there are two different kinds of companies, and I think it's the difference between persuasion and manipulation. And I think persuasion is helping someone make a decision for something that's good for them, that they actually do want or need. And manipulation is getting them to make a decision that is based on your wants and needs, like the money you're trying to get out of them. So, little case study real quick. Ryan Trahan, you know Ryan Trahan.
Yeah.
So he had a big series over the summer called, they were going to 50 Airbnbs and ranking them. I went to an Airbnb in every state. So him and his wife went on this big road trip, and won the kind of center point, the brand placement every time it was an Airbnb. So Airbnb got a lot of stuff, but then also another kind of motif in his videos was he's got his own candy called Joyride. And in every single video, he is going to a gas station or going to Walmart, going to these different places, getting Joyride. And he's also highlighting people that are taking pictures with Joyride and that kind of stuff. But the entire thing was to raise money for St. Jude. So this entire journey of doing these things, they were raising money. I think they raised like over $10 million for St. Jude through this. So inside of it, there was a lot of advertising, but it felt very much like we're all collectively doing something for the greater good, rather than, hey, I'm just going to promote Gillette razors and you want to buy them from me.
Yeah, and I do. Thank you. No, but that was a give back thing, right? So he's like,
but he's promoting his own candy brand and everything like that, and he was obviously giving money to St. Jude, but it's very much he's getting more popular and getting more money from his own candy brand. But is that a bad thing?
Yes, Ryan Trahan is the reason this world's falling apart. No. So advertising in itself, like, you have to, if you have a product, you have to sell it. Like, and it provides employment and it gives people. But is it manipulation? And this is so. Wait, I want to show the next clip, and then I want to jump into a different conversation surrounding this.
She's excited, I'm excited, because we just launched our brand new creation from Feastables, Sour Strike Gummies.
I literally can't believe this.
Absolutely insane.
They have no artificial dyes or sweeteners, just clean, high-quality ingredients.
Crazy. I literally feel like I'm in a dream.
Sour Strike Gummies are now available at Target, 7-Eleven, and Speedway locations nationwide.
This is the best day of my life.
Don't forget, these Teslas do come at a cost.
Let's see how the bathroom works now that their chain is only 5 feet.
All right.
All right, go to the shower.
All right.
Oh!
This chain can't get shorter.
Oh, it can.
We made you a Feastables banana bread.
That actually looks good. I think the best way to wash this down is with some Feastables chocolate milk, now available in all these retailers you see on screen. It tastes phenomenal, has 13 grams of protein. It's in stores now. Go try the new Feastables chocolate milk. I'll see you in 5 days to shrink your chain again.
All right, 13 grams of protein. I'm sold because I've been trying to do more protein in the morning because I'm pretty buff now. So, but I was like, oh, 13 grams of protein. But she's like, I'm so excited. I'm excited too because the sour gummies. Like, oh, come on.
Yeah, and that I will say that MrBeast videos with this, it does feel like it's kind of shoehorned in, and it doesn't feel as authentic. Where obviously they were very excited for the Teslas and probably not his sour candy.
I don't even know if they knew he was talking about sour candy.
Yeah, it's not like voiceover, so like they put this after the fact. But then obviously you're watching the content, and then you're seeing the ad read there.
Yeah, but okay. So here's where. So have you seen the Truman Show?
No, I think I've heard of it.
Starring Jim Carrey. So there's a wonderful scene in it where they're having a pretty intense argument about having a kid together. And so the whole premise of the movie is his whole life is being filmed, but he doesn't know it, but everybody else does.
Spoiler alert.
No, you know that from the beginning. So he's having this intense argument with his wife that she's an actress. He doesn't know that, but he's like, why won't you have a baby? Like I want to have a kid and all this stuff. And so she's like, why do we need to have this conversation right now? And then she grabs this can and she's like, what you need is a can, or like some mocha cocoa coffee to calm you down. And he's like, what are you talking about? She's like, it's naturally sourced from the best rainforest in Brazil or whatever. And he's like, what is going on? Like he's like flipping out. But I'm like, okay, is that where we are in reality? Did Truman Show predict this of like, because with AI, like it's becoming less and less of like what is real in this world. And so it's just kind of like, these ads are thrown in like, what? Where did this come from?
Oh yeah,
I'm excited. So
with the AI thing, it is very interesting, and a lot of old people out there are actually getting scammed by these. So I watched some videos, and there are, because at this point you can have a video that looks and sounds like a real person. So there's a bunch of these videos on YouTube and Facebook and other places where it's old people that are selling their custom jewelry, where it's like another old person like, oh, I just made this bracelet. It's very nice.
That's how old people sound?
That's what they sound like. And so they're selling a bracelet, and then fellow old person like, hey, I want to support Mildred here, so I'll give her my credit card information, and then you run away with their money because they're old and they got scammed.
Oh, man.
So I mean, that is a thing where it's becoming very dangerous in the world of you don't know what's real.
With blurring those lines. And so, but I think MrBeast like will kind of, he throws these things in there and you're like, oh, I wasn't expecting an ad read right there. I was watching the show and then all of a sudden sour gummies. Oh, I need this protein milk. So I started talking about this a little bit last week and was interrupted. But we have this big street festival called the Fall Festival in our town. And I was there one year. I bought some onion rings. This guy comes up, goes, hey, where'd you get those onion rings? Oh, yeah, he's like, oh, they're good. I was like, yeah, they're great. And so he's like, oh, do those onion rings satisfy you? And in that moment, I'm like, oh, this was the old bait and switch. Like he's about to tell me about Jesus. And the reason I knew that is because I've done things like that. I mean, that's what you're taught as a follower of Jesus. Like, hey, you need to tell people about Jesus. And here's some ways to have inroads into conversations about that. And so as I watch this video, I'm like, okay, do I do that? Like, do I have this product of Jesus that I want to sell people? And I want, like, the end goal is to get them to accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior. And I don't say that flippantly. We genuinely want people to do that. But MrBeast, we have no relationship, right? So if I bought his product, he's not going to come up and like, oh, hey, Chris. Right now,
subscribe. You might.
Yeah. I might be at the store buying sour gummies at 7-Eleven, Speedway, or Circle K, whatever.
Target.
Yeah. And so I might be buying those. And then he comes up and, oh, thanks for buying my product. Most likely not. But I think you might maybe lose my train of thought. So, but I was saying, okay, so it's just this end goal, right? To get me to buy a product. And so if I approach Jesus in that way of like, okay, I just want this person to convert. I want them to pray a prayer with me and then I can walk away. They've got their onion rings. Don't talk about sin and gluttony in that moment. And like, okay, enjoy your onion rings, fatty, and get out of here. Like, as long as you accepted Jesus. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I did. So one of the things that as a follower of Jesus, I want people to have an authentic relationship with the creator, right? And so I know MrBeast can't go around to everybody and like, oh, thanks for buying my product and you're great and all this stuff. But I think he does that in a way, like we said, like it's not authentically sourced.
It's ethically
sourced. And like he does things to make you know, like I'm investing in a good product. And so how do we as followers of Jesus, present Christ in a way that doesn't feel like this kind of bait and switch, like, oh, this wasn't what I signed up for. We were just having a conversation about video games, and all of a sudden, like, oh, do you know who the game master of all is? And if you were to die in a video game, like, you just restart. But that's not how life is. If you were to die, where would you go? Like, you're like, whoa, wait a second. I thought we were talking about Mario Brothers. And
no, I think that does make sense, because I think that stereotypically what youth pastors do, where they'll come there on a Wednesday night and they're like, okay, whatever is happening in culture, they try to tie it kind of in a reckless way to the gospel.
A reckless way.
Reckless way. That's what they're doing. So I think if you just have real conversations with people and you're not just trying to convert them, like I said, I think you can do the same things, but in a better way. Where Ryan Trahan, it felt very authentic and wholesome, where MrBeast, it feels more salesy. So I think part of it is the intentions that you go into having a conversation with.
But now, is it just because of the presentation, or is it more like the heart behind it? Like, do you feel like Ryan Trahan's more genuine, or that MrBeast is less genuine? Or do you think it's just, okay, MrBeast hasn't mastered it like Ryan Trahan has? Because there are people that are better at sharing Jesus than others.
Yeah, I do think it goes to the intention. And you can, as a human, you can kind of feel if someone is authentic or not, and just the presentation of it, where if you can see, okay, this was shoehorned in and they're just trying to talk about Jesus when we were just talking about video games.
Yeah.
But instead, actually caring about the person and trying to have an authentic relationship with them first, and then letting it, and you can be upfront with them and be like, hey, this is my faith, I want to share it with you, but almost not trying to trick them into hearing it.
Yeah, and that was like tracks. Do you like pass those out? Like
I've never passed them out, but I've heard of them.
Yeah, because I mean, there are kids in my college that are like, oh yeah, we're going to Ball State this weekend and going to go tell people about Jesus. Well, they'd have these like cards. They're like, they were laminated, so you couldn't tear them. But they're like, if you can tear this card, I'll give you $100. And they're like, oh, it's like, it's impossible to tear, and it's impossible to get to Jesus without, like, to heaven without Jesus or whatever. You're like, okay.
Those are the worst.
No, you people are the worst. No, but so I think there's this almost people that aren't followers of Jesus have either been told those things or been on the opposite side, where they're eating onion rings and some guy's like, oh, how are onion rings? Good. Do they satisfy you? You know, it doesn't satisfy. Like, these things will be gone, but the Lord lasts forever. Like, okay, what? So how do we share Jesus authentically? You said just like a relationship is important, but if you like, okay, so I'd meet somebody on the street, so if I'm eating MrBeast sour candies or whatever, I'd probably go tell somebody, like, these are the best. Like, if they're buying them too, I do this at Costco a lot. If people are buying something that I bought there before, I'm like, oh, have you tried that before? It's great. Or like, I'll say stuff. So why is it weird when I do that with Jesus? Like, oh man, have you tried Jesus? He's great. No, but it's, sometimes there's this barrier to like, oh, I don't want to seem weird. But when it comes to like a normal product, then I'm okay with saying like, yeah, you should have those MrBeast sour gummies or whatever. But when it comes to Jesus, I kind of balk. And so I had all these feels watching this video just on the advertisement, because I'm like, one, I should be sharing my faith more, but I want to do it in a way that's authentic and genuine, not like, oh, I'm trying to get you saved and then I never talk to you again. But I also know that like there's things that I talk about that I enjoy, that I'm just, yeah, whatever, this is great, you should try this. But with Jesus, I'm like, whoa, but I don't want to be weird. I don't want to have this odd conversation. I don't want to be like the Truman Show, where it's like, this person needs some help, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, have you tried Jesus? And I'm like, yeah, but I need this help.
Yeah, and I think to wrap it up here, I think what it comes down to, it's like if you met a girl out in public for the first time and you were single, if you asked her to marry you right after you met her, that would probably be a little bit weird.
Yeah.
You're going in for the kill. It's like that. Maybe that's the end goal, but you don't walk up to someone and is like, would you like to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior? It's like if you start that relationship with him and you kind of work up to that, and you do share your passion, and I think if that transfer of passion can be authentic, and some people are like that, but if it's not authentic to you, I wouldn't just go up to someone and try to, again, kind of go for the kill or ask someone to marry you as soon as you meet them.
Yeah. So, hey, let us know in the comments if somebody's ever tried to share Jesus with you in a weird way, or if you've tried it in a weird way, or if you passed out a track. And how did it go? Was it a fun conversation, or did it turn weird right away? So let us know in the comments. And thanks for joining us. Thanks, Jimmy. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.